Good morning, Facebook. Thank you for joining us on this Facebook Live. I'm Kwon.
I'm Scott Engen.
Okay, don't forget, you can always watch this, listen to this on your own time by visiting our InForum YouTube channel. You can find us on your favorite podcast platform and on inforum.com/podcast under InForum Minute.
That's right. All right, let's dive into those local headlines this morning. Today, a Fargo man will be in court for refusing to leave his house, which the city says is too dangerous to live in. Police were collecting evidence at Daniel Curtis's home in the Hawthorne neighborhood as city workers cleared junk out of that building, which was his home. Yeah. Police have been called to that home, get this, more than 550 times since 2018. Officers also say no one was legally allowed to be in that house because it was condemned.
Right.
But when they got there to arrest Curtis, they found 10 other people inside the house. Curtis now is facing charges of resisting an officer, disobeying a court order, and trespassing. And the city plans to demolish that house sometime before February 13th.
Yeah. Also today, we know that a hearing is scheduled in Valley City to discuss the fate of a controversial graphic novel, which was actually meant to educate teens. So the book covers a variety of topics from body positivity to consent to even other sex-related topics. But many people are saying that this is inappropriate. Some people are even calling it cartoon pornography. People have requested the library to take this book off of the shelves, but the library is denying those requests, saying it's meant for educational purposes. So anyone who would like to speak at the hearing will have to submit a request before 4 o'clock this afternoon, and you'll have to do that to the library email, and then the library will then decide in the next 2 weeks if they are going to remove that book.
North Dakota could introduce a bill that would allow medical cannabis patients more options. The bill would double the limit of THC that medical cannabis patients can buy within a 30-day period. It comes as lawmakers hope to move patients off of dried leaves and flowers, which is more your traditional type of cannabis, which typically has inconsistent THC levels, they say. But while manufactured products might have more consistent dosages of that THC, the levels are often higher, creating restrictions on the amount of the products that a user can actually buy.
Also, North Dakota lawmakers are working to change some dated language in the legislature. We know, words like feeble-minded and insane, has been disposed, right? Those phrases, especially when it comes to describing people with developmental disabilities. But that language still does exist in North Dakota's law. And something that, a state representative is saying, hey, we want to change that and replace it with different and updated terms, right? So if lawmakers approve those changes, the public would have a chance to vote on that issue in the year 2024.
All right, right now the House of Representatives in Congress is still without a House Speaker following their 6th failed vote to elect a leader to that position. Republican Congressman Kevin McCarthy had his eyes on securing that gavel, but has lost support of votes as this whole thing has progressed. He didn't get enough support from GOP hardliners in 3 rounds of voting again on Tuesday, the first day of the new congressional session. Then he was nominated for a 4th, 5th, and 6th time yesterday, and the House, they can't kick off really anything until this is resolved. It means there's actually technically no representative sworn in right now. So this needs to get done. They're going to reconvene at noon today. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Also, we want to focus on NFL safety Damar Hamlin. He suffered a cardiac arrest earlier this week during Monday night's game versus the Bills and the Bengals. So the Buffalo Bills did say last night that he's showing signs of improvement, but he's still in the ICU right now. Yeah. But here's the big focus, right? It's the NFL, and they are getting slammed right now because of how it handled the situation. The league is shutting down all those claims, saying that it was going to resume that game after 5 minutes of Hamlin, collapsing on the field. ESPN, though, is the one that has first reported those claims, and it's kind of standing by it and saying, it had open communication with the league office. So, that's something that we'll continue to track for you all throughout this week, and we'll see what kind of comes out of the NFL.
Yeah, and of course, we're still hoping for the best with Hamlin. It sounds like there's positive vibes coming from the hospital, but until he's up, breathing on his own, probably out of the hospital, he's not out of the woods. So this is very much so a fluid situation.
Absolutely.
And we're all hoping for the best. All right, Hot Mic from 9 to 11 this morning on WDAY Extra on Inforum.com, hosted by our own Dom Izzo. Of course, the march is on from Fargo to Frisco because we got that big FCS championship game coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, you Jackrabbits fan.
Don't tell the people. I'm an enemy of the state.
It's like friendly rivalry.
If you didn't know, I'm from Brookings. I'm an SDSU alumni.
Oh, yeah.
So I get picked on up here.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
all right.
happens. But
It's all right.
we'll see what happens in the game.
I went to UND, so I can't really talk, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. But it's fun. It's a fun thing to have the
Totally.
rivalry game. We've been talking about this Bison Tracker app,
Yeah.
which is something, if you don't know about it, I learned about it.
Yeah.
It's an app, and you can allow it to track your location, and then you pop up as a little blip on a map.
Yeah.
And it's all these Bison fans, and it kind of shows the migration
Yeah.
of the people from
Super cool.
Fargo down to Frisco
Right.
and where they're at. So it's a really cool thing. And of course, Dom's going to be talking all about the game today and tomorrow, and then actually he'll be live tomorrow in Frisco because
Yeah.
they're traveling there today.
Yep.
From 9 to 11. So that's cool. And we're going to have live segments tomorrow morning from
Oh,
Frisco
gosh,
as well
yeah.
on First News. We're starting tonight on our evening newscast. So all hands on deck. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, all things Frisco, baby. All right. Don't forget, for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get that all access pass to InForum.com just by going on InForum.com/subscribe, and you can get that deal. All right. Remember to join us for our evening newscast. Again, like Scott just said, we're going to have some Frisco coverage for you, and that starts at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. We also have our 11 o'clock newscast in just a few hours, and we will be back here tomorrow morning from 5 to 7. Hope you can join us. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.